A lot of new Diablo 4 news. A lot of new Diablo 4 uniques coming. We have a list of 15 new uniques coming to Diablo 4. This was actually posted on the Diablo subreddit from user Proner1. So if you want to go check it out yourself, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. But we're going to walk through each and every one of these new uniques that are coming to Diablo 4 in Season 5. And just kind of hypothetically, is it good, bad, don't know. We're going to go through each and every one of these real quick and see what we got here. Let's dive on in here. So the first one on the list, I think most people who've been keeping up with Diablo 4 stuff coming out, we've seen the campfire chat and everyone talking about the Axial Conduit. I believe this got changed a bit since the PTR. During the PTR, this thing was absolutely... There was a bunch of things broken in the PTR, but this was definitely one of them. So with this, like, you were able to do chain lightning spam, and it would, like, do explosions for stupid amounts of damage. But let's just read it again. And I think this is the updated version. I'm not certain on that, but we'll just go with what we got here. So the Axial Conduit. This is an item for Sork, so obviously some pants. You get some resource generation. You get a chance, up to a 17.5% chance, for Chain Lightning to cast 2 times. All right? This is pretty huge. Gives you a nice chunk of damage reduction, up to 5%. Also, it gives you +2 to 3 Chain Lightning itself. Now, the goodness of it all. Chain Lightning alternates between orbiting you and seeking up to 3 enemies. When it returns, it drains 6 mana from you for each active Chain Lightning. After draining 66 total mana, the bolt will explode for an X amount of lightning damage. Lightning expires if you don't have enough mana for it to drain. You're probably going to have enough mana, but that just means, like, the more mana regen that you have, or the more ways that you're getting mana back while this is active, is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, this can stack. This gets pretty wild. Now, I don't quite remember exactly what the numbers were on the PTR or anything like that, so I don't know exactly what's changed or what hasn't. But I have heard that this has been nerfed. We'll see when the season comes out. Only like 6-7 days from now. But this is pretty awesome still. I think eventually this season I will be trying out a Sork. We'll see though. So that's the new Sork pants right there. Bjornfang's Tusk. Now I do know that this has been changed. This isn't gloves anymore. This is actually a ring now. They did change this on the recent... They listed some changes that they did to the uniques. So this one is a ring, not any gloves. So this gives you non-physical damage, crit strike chance, also 1 to 2 Endless Tempest, and 2 to 3 core skills. Cataclysm's Lightning Strike now prioritizes enemies. While Cataclysm is active, you gain Unlimited Spirit and deal 40 to 100% increased damage. Now, this coinciding with all the changes that are coming with Druid. Funny enough, Druid's going to be the main thing that I'm going to be playing in Season 5. We're going to try and dig deep and try to make some really good builds with Druid, I'm hoping. I know it's been kind of a struggle for us Druids, but I've never really played with Cataclysm that much, but this makes me... We'll definitely give it a go. We'll try it out. This seems really cool. Unlimited mana, or unlimited spirit, I should say. Always a good thing. We'll see with all the new Druid changes if this kind of takes a shine. We'll see. Again, this is not gloves anymore. This is rings. We also have the Crown of Lucion. Now, I haven't seen this. I have no idea what this means. Anyway, you get a plus percentage, I guess, to your maximum life, or a plus something to your life. Not nan. You get plus the maximum resources. I'm not trying to dig deep on these numbers. I know they're not 100%. We won't know these numbers until the game actually comes out, or the patch actually hits. 1 to 2 core skills. Plus 6 to 8 lucky hit chance. That's interesting. Gain 75% resource cost reduction each time you spend primary resource on a skill. You gain 5 to 25% increased damage, but 25% increased resource cost for 4 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. To 5 times? That's insane. Huh. That could be pretty cool. I'm interested to see how this goes. This seems to be a build for, you know, if you've been stacking maximum resources, or maybe like resource generation or something like that, that this could be big. I mean, who knows? We'll see. That's just my initial thoughts and impressions on this item. All of these are just initial thoughts and impressions. I haven't done a deep dive, obviously, on any of this, but from the outside looking in, you know, we're looking on the back of the cover of the box right now. This looks pretty cool. I'm interested in trying this one out. Moving on, we got Endurant Faith. So these are gloves. Let's see. You got plus the stats here. You have healing received. You also have 2 to 3 core skills and lucky hit chance. When you would be damaged for at least 40% of your maximum life at once, it would instead be distributed over the next 4 seconds and reduced by a big chunk. So if these numbers are correct here, you would automatically get a 30% damage reduction. That is automatically huge, especially for you hardcore players. We're hardcore players over here. These gloves are actually kind of cool defensively. Now, obviously, you wouldn't be using this end game, I don't think. We'll see. This acts just like the jewel from Diablo 3, the staggered damage jewel, I think. Something very similar to this. But this could be really good for something along the lines of, you know, maybe you got surprised by some mechanic and it would have killed you, but now you live. Very, very good for, like, first time going to, like, bosses or something to figure them out. If the Infernal Horde is way harder than we expect it to be, these could be good. Moving on, we have Locran's Talisman. What do we have here? Automatic resistance elements, all stats, max resource, attack speed, and crit strike damage. Ooh. So you gain a percentage of crit strike chance per point of primary resource that you have. Ooh. Up to 50%. Each point of primary resource above 100 grants 1% crit strike damage instead. Wow. Wow. It really seems like they're trying to push for this max resource to have a use in this game. Before, it had like very niche uses, but this could actually be huge. I mean, we'll see. I mean, any extra way to get crit, any extra way to get crit hit damage, pretty cool. I like this amulet. We're gonna toy with this one this season. Next up, we have Path of Trag'Oul. I still want to say Trag'Oul because I'm so used to Diablo 2. So these are boots. What do we have here? +3 maximum evade charges. Nice. Get your movement speed. Bone Prison cooldown reduction. Big chunk of armor and +1 to 2 bone skills. This is interesting. What do we have here? Bone Prison traps a larger area and fires 10 to 30 bone splinters at enemies trapped within. It increases your maximum essence by 2 for 10 seconds each time these splinters hit an enemy. What? This could be really cool mixed with some of these other uniques that we've been just like toying with or looking at. Where you get increased damage for, you know, maximum primary resource and stuff. That's really neat. I love items like this that seem kind of goofy but might be just amazing. This is one definitely to keep an eye on. I mean, it'll be a while before we play a Necromancer, but really cool. I like this. Next up, we have Rakanoth's Wake. Rakanoth was an enemy in Diablo 3 that we bumped into. Attacks reduce evade cooldown by 1.5 seconds. You get resist all. Good. Movement speed, cooldown reduction, and also non-physical damage. Okay. Whenever you cast a skill with a cooldown, you explode, dealing X fire damage. We just need to know what this X is, and these could be good or bad or mid. We don't know. But, I mean, we do know that these implicits that are on it already are pretty good, like resist all, movement speed, cooldown reduction, etc. Not bad. We'll see how this goes. The Shroud of Verathiel. I think I'm saying that right. Cool looking sword, by the way. I think they showcased this in that last video we watched, the inside the game or whatever. See what we got here. So obviously you get your crit strike damage, you get all stats, maximum resource, here we are again, Basic attack speed, 1 to 2 basic skills. Basic skills do 100 to 300% increased damage, but cost an additional 25 primary resource. I really feel like they're pushing so hard to get this max resource to become a thing, to become a viable build. This is good. I like that. More options, the better. I love this, though. 300% increased damage. Whew. So you basic attack barbs out there, you bashers, or I don't know, you sorks out there, rejoice. Your arc lashes. This could be really cool. Next up, we have Shroud of Khanduras. Let's see what we got here. You got shadow resistance, a huge chunk of shadow resistance, non-physical damage, and 2 to 3 dark shroud. Casting dark shroud makes you immune for 3 seconds, but your evade cooldown is increased by 3 to 9 seconds. Evading while dark shroud is active leaves behind an explosion that deals X shadow damage, and it pulls in enemies. Ooh. How far is this pull in, though? Like, I would like to know a percentage here. Sorry for bumping the mic here. But the fact that Dark Shroud, whenever you cast it, makes you immune for 3 seconds. Now, I wonder if this stacks with whatever the aspect is that allows you to pop a Dark Shroud for free. I don't think it will, because it does say right here, casting a Dark Shroud. So we'll see what that does. I mean, anything that makes you immune is going to be pretty strong. We'll see exactly what we have in store with this, but could be kind of neat. Very defensive piece. Moving on, we have the Basilisk. Oh, this has got to be a druid something. Oh, yeah. All right, so we got damage, crowd control, enemies. We have earth attack speed. Cool. Physical damage, crit strike chance against enemies. Whoa, does this thing really roll up to 30% crit strike chance? Earth skills already have a pretty radical crit strike chance. Hey, doggo. Doggo once up here again. You also get damage to crowd-controlled enemies. Of course, it is a stat. Wow, that's a lot of damage to crowd-controlled enemies, actually. Whenever you first hit an enemy with an earth skill, you petrify them for 3 seconds. Oh, yeah? Petrifying an enemy additionally deals X physical damage. All right. This could be kind of cool. I mean, this is like a heavy crit weapon, but I wonder what this does to bosses. Obviously, it's not going to petrify them. You want to get down? Sorry, doggo being needy. I'm curious what this does against bosses. Probably not much, so I don't know how good or bad this is going to be honest. It'll be something you'll have to like test out a little bit, but initially, I don't know about this one. We have here a dagger, the Mortacrux or Mortacrux. I don't know how to actually say that. We have damage to close, a big chunk to int, well, 9 to 11%. Macabre skill, lucky hit up to a 24% chance to make enemies vulnerable, and it gives +3 to 5 hewed flesh. When consuming a corpse, there is a 10 to 30% chance to also create a decaying skeletal simulacrum. It's just a giant skeleton that seeks out enemies but cannot attack. When it dies, it explodes for X shadow damage. This effect is treated as a macabre. Oh, so this is kind of cool. You just basically create a giant an image of yourself, a skeletal image of yourself that will just run up and be a ticking time bomb. This could be kind of neat. I feel like this is kind of a gimmick. But again, we don't know what this X shadow damage is, so we can only imagine with this. The third blade. What do we have here? This looks to be a barbarian weapon, considering we got weapon mastery and the barb icon down here. See what we have here. Plus the strength, plus the weapon mastery damage, plus the fury on kill, and also +2 vuln damage. This is important. Your weapon mastery skills are now also core skills that have no cooldowns. Hold on, let me read this again. Your weapon mastery skills are now also core skills that have no cooldowns but cost fury, dealing 50 to 70% of normal damage. Their fury costs are reduced by 5 for any additional charges the skill would have had. Huh. Maybe we see a comeback of the one-shot Baba build with Death Blow or something of that nature. I will be honest, the most fun I've had playing Barbarian was not playing a Rend build, was not playing a Barb Bash build or Whirlwind. It was actually doing a Death Blow build in Season 2. Now, granted, it was a one-shot bonk for the most part, but if they tone it down to where Death Blow is you kind of build it up and do a big chunk of damage, not necessarily a one-shot, because let's be honest, one-shots are cool, but then they get boring. It's cool for a little bit, but you eventually want to struggle too. Hopefully that'll make Death Blow kind of pop off a little bit. We'll see. Interesting weapon though. I like this. The Umbracrux or Umbracrux. What we got here? This is a rogue item, so we got plus dex, 9% up to 9% subterfuge cooldown reduction. Gives you vuln damage, gives you plus 2 to 3 innervation. Casting a subterfuge skill also spawns an enemy shade totem for up to 8 seconds. Any damage it takes is replicated onto surrounding enemies at 30% effectiveness. You may only have 2 shade totems active at one time. This damage counts as a trap skill. Huh. I mean, this could be kind of cool. I don't really know. This seems kind of weird, but maybe it's good. I don't really have a big opinion on this, to be honest, because this is it's neat. Counts as a trap skill too, so there's all kinds of little bonuses you could give to that. We'll just have to wait and see with this one. I don't really know. It seems neat. Next on the list, we have Unbroken Chain. Neck piece gives you movement speed. Steel Grass. Okay, so we got a Baba weapon or Baba amulet here. 300% ultimate damage. What? And plus 2 to 3 Pit Fighter. Casting Steel Grasp reduces Iron Maelstrom's cooldown. Ooh. By 3.3 to 10%, or by 3.3 to 10 seconds. Enemies damaged by Iron Maelstrom deal 10 to 30% less damage for success. So that's a huge nut. 30% DR is big. Okay, DR is very sought after in Season 4. It's going to be even more sought after in Season 5, I'm sure. Just moving forward, damage reduction. So this is huge. I don't know off the top of my head exactly what Steel Grass or what Iron Maelstrom's cooldown is. I think it's like a minute. Well, holy crap. Enough cooldown reduction. You could get this low and just keep doing the Kratos spin. That's kind of neat. And also, if you think about the other weapon that we had just looked at, the third strike or whatever it was called. This isn't Street Fighter. Whatever, the third weapon. That thing would make Steel Grasp become a core skill, correct? And therefore, you could spam Steel Grasp a lot more. Oh, mama. So with those two weapons combined, you could literally spam Steel Grasp and just do Iron Maelstrom. Spam it again. Oh, Barbs. We always knew you were Blizzard's favorite. Last but not least, we have the Vox Omnium. This is a Sork unique here. What do we have? Damage crowd-controlled enemies. Plus the int. Percentage. I feel like they could double this and it would make it useful. I'm sorry. These percentages to int or main stat, they're just not... I don't know. They're kind of boring. Like, double them. I'm serious. Like, double... Give us, like, 30% increased int. Oh, no. That'd be a bit ridiculous, maybe. But, like, 20% feels like it would be balanced. Possibly? I mean, I'm not a game balance tester, so we'll see. Let's see. You get bonus damage to core attack speed. That's kind of cool. Non-physical damage and plus 2 to 4 basic skills. Casting a core skill additionally fires 2 instances of Firebolt, Frostbolt, or Spark, matching the element of your last 2 non-core skills cast. These projectiles deal 30 to 90% increase. Oh, wow. This could be really cool. The fact that it increases your core attack speed, so you're just spamming core skills over and over and over. Can you imagine the amount of fire burning damage you get with Firebolt off of this? I've only ever really played Fire Mages, so I can't really talk about Frost or Sparks, but that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. That's it. That's the 15 new uniques that we're getting that have been listed so far. I think we're getting possibly more. I don't know if it's just these uniques and then a bunch of different aspects, but really cool. We're expanding the stash tab of what is to come with our uniques. Seems to be getting more and more and more and more. Really exciting stuff, though. Which one of these uniques are you most excited for? For me, it's got to be the Steel Grasp, lowering the cooldown of Iron Maelstrom. I think the Barb stuff, yet again, go figure, yet again, the most exciting stuff is the Barb stuff, right? We'll see, though. The basic skill thing that gives you, what was it, 100 to 300% more basic skill damage? Like, that was pretty cool as well. I'll learn the names of these uniques soon enough, I swear. But let me know in the comments below, what are you most excited for? Are you excited for Season 5? It's coming up pretty soon, within the next week or so, I believe. Comes out on the 6th, so August 6th. Mark the time, mark the date. That's when Season 5 is hitting. We're going to be streaming it, of course. If you'd like to visit us on Twitch, I'm going to leave the links in the description below. You can check those out. Click the links. Drop the follows and the subscribes and all that. It's all free. Come hang out with us if you're looking for someone to play with. We do play hardcore. We do play softcore. We kind of dabble in all of it. If you're looking for someone to play with, come on, join us in. The more the merrier. We love to have you. But that'll be it for this video. Y'all take care. Be good. We'll catch you on the next one.